Divorced men, this is for you because it is what your ex will say to get under your skin, totally fuck with you, ruin your day, and get you to react in some ways that may not be good. That's what we are covering today. This is what you got to listen to. And if you've ever gone through a breakup or you're getting hated on by somebody, this is something that you can grab onto and learn to process and learn the right ways to deal with this stuff and deal when people are really, really pissed off. This is the Daily Awesome Podcast. We talk about men's excellence. That's what we do. We are live. It is August 2nd, 10:37 p.m. We have, only 7 people from around the world: Chicago, Texas, again in Texas, Florida, Beirut. That's always good to see online talking to us about how we can be a better person. If you want to be on those calls, if you're listening on iTunes or Stitcher, click the free stuff link down below and sign up on our different stuff that we got going. It's really, man, we put out good stuff. And then if you're on our YouTube channel, man, stay on this goddamn channel. Look at our playlist. Look at the different things that we have going on, because if you're interested in bettering yourself, this is the place to be. That's what we do. And we've been doing it for 11 years as a community. Now, let's get into this. Man, what do they say? And this came right out of the call. It was like, Jesus Christ, man, you have sex with a woman, you fuck her good, and you're rocking her world, and she's going on and on about you. She's telling other people about how good your dick is, how good your sex is, and what an amazing person you are. And as soon as you break up, man, you are shit. You are shit. Your dick is too small. You don't fuck good. I faked all my orgasms. I couldn't get wet. You're not enough of a man. You couldn't provide. You couldn't be there. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're no good. You're good for nothing. You should get a fucking job. You should blah, 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 blah. And all these things that you might be doing as a man, or this isn't the reality of what's going on, and it fucks with you. And we were talking about this also when it comes down to that, like going through that divorce and that breakup, that a lot of times we're like, hey, I'm good to go. I'll walk, man. I don't need this shit. Fuck you. I'm done. But then we get hit. We get hit with something where we want to fight as men. They get under our skin because they do that shit. They want us to fucking, be pissed off, be reactive towards them. And anybody in a fight, that's not just women. That's what gives us the value of our expression, to see how much it's stimulating somebody else. And if we're hurt, we're going to try and hurt them. In fact, we're specifically going to try and hurt somebody with the amount that we feel we're hurt, right? So if this makes sense, let's say if somebody steps on my toes and I feel some pain, and that pain filters in through some embarrassment, I am going to make sure and hurt the people that I think I'm responsible. This isn't the healthiest way of thinking, obviously, to the point of where I think it feels for me, which is usually a lot more. Hence, we enter the great, great world of hate speech. So what gets us fighting, what gets under our skin as men, is that we want to, when our character is insulted, when our sexuality is insulted, when the things that we felt we gave most to a woman are then now disrespected and didn't even matter. Guys, this is a lie. Some of the things that women say when they break up with you is that I was never attracted to you. I was never sexually attracted to you. You don't do it for me. Man, all this stuff that hits at the core of sex, because it is such a sexual thing, it's a break in those things, man, gets attacked. It's not the reality. Not that she's willfully lying to you, but she's emotionally out of it, man. She's pissed off. She wants to fuck you up, whatever. She's mad at you for doing whatever, or she feels guilty for her breaking off the thing, or a combination of both. Man, the thing with it all is that you need to not react to it. The fucking worst thing you can do is then get in that fight, because as soon as you fight, and especially if you fight a woman on her grounds and on her fight, especially with the emotions of a breakup, man, you lose a lot of the times, whether that's just because they're better at playing that field, or if it does go into a legal dispute like a marriage, man, a lot of the power is in their favor. And so it's one of those things where you just got to eat it, man. You got to take out your pissed offness, your anger, your need to fight somewhere else. Join a men's group. That is something that is imperative. If you're going through a divorce and you are not a part of a men's group, and there's a ton of them, and don't just be on a Reddit forum. Don't just be on something where you can't have any accountability, or you can be anonymous or something like that. Do something where you're face to face with people. Like, our calls are actually a great thing, but what makes them even better is that we meet up. You know, there are guys who are traveling around Europe meeting the other people. There are guys who, when they come to Austin, they meet up with me. Or if I go up to Dallas, I always spend time meeting with the different dudes in our group, or San Antonio or whatever. We are always interacting, and we are on calls a lot. We have 4 a week. Well, at the lower tier membership, we have 4 a week. You could actually, I mean, it's an enormous amount of hours. This call right here, it's already been 2 hours, 40 minutes. It'll easily go 4 or 5 tonight. So that being said, you got to be around people, because none of this is going to make sense. It's not going to make sense because humans are complex, social, emotional, and sexual beings. And when that starts to get broken apart and torn apart from you, it gets confusing. It's not because women are evil or bad or men are bad. It's because men and women, when they are breaking some huge emotional, massive thing in their life, shit gets bad. It gets confusing and it gets fucked up. And people do stupid shit, including yourself, including the wife that you once loved, including the person that you vowed your life to, and all these different things. Anytime you're at war with somebody, man, it gets crazy. They wish death upon you. They make up lies about you. They want to destroy your reputation. They want all this sort of stuff. And the sad thing is that we're really allowed to do that in our culture. Why? Is because it doesn't matter so much. There's literally no consequence for shit talking or wishing that much hate upon somebody, at least no real social consequence for it. And if you do want to take it legal, it's very hard to do. And sadly, people don't really know what it's like to actually hurt somebody in that way. So if they are wishing death on you, that's probably somebody who hasn't killed somebody. Or if they are wishing that you were in prison for the rest of your life, or whatever the fuck it is, or the many things that have been wished upon me, or we're talking about, like, you know, when women start resorting to witchcraft or some sort of curse put on you. And I always go, man, that's just the craziest thing, because there's a part of you that's always like, man, what if that's true? I'll be really fucked. But it's also amazing just because they couldn't do it face to face. They couldn't do it with their words. So they're continuing further and further to take out that sort of hate or anger that comes upon you, because, man, their hangnail is always going to hurt worse than your broken leg. Somebody's pain, they're going to try and make you feel that pain until they know you've felt it, which is always going to be more than the actual pain you inflicted upon them. Revenge is crazy. Our brains were made to facilitate it, but that doesn't mean that our humanity was meant to always have it. Look, one of the most important things that you need to know when you're going through a hateful time with somebody is when everybody is fulfilled again, whether that's they're living by their means, they're making enough money, they have enough food, they have enough water, they have a place to live, they're not emotionally stressed, they get enough love, they get enough of an outlet, they get enough to talk about things, and they get enough that, sex or caring or relationships. Everybody calms down. Now, I get it. There's crazy people that get triggered into all sorts of different stuff. And when you deal with mental illness, that's some for real shit. But man, when we have our needs met, when we're out of scarcity, things chill out. And that's something that you should remember for yourself. If you're going through a divorce, get in a place where you are taken care of emotionally, mentally, physically. It's one of the best parts about a men's group. I always tell guys, it's like, look, we're not going to solve your problem overnight. If you're going through a big deal like a divorce, we're not going to fix that. If you're going through a confidence issue, we're not going to fix that right away. We are going to help you get on the road to where you be your best self, and you will eventually fix it through gaining that confidence, gaining your life, and gaining those experiences. And that takes time. But the real beauty of what we do is that we make that path very easy. We make that path very clear, how that you can get active with you today. And that's fucking important. So, man, bitches get crazy. Women get crazy. People who are angry get crazy. An angry person is always right. They're never wrong, and they're always justified. And that can be hard to go up against. Don't react. Take yourself out of the situation. If you get too angry and you fuck up, hey, we all do that. We all fucking blow up at different times. We're only human beings. But also be able to bounce that off to a group that isn't judgmental and that can share their experience with you. And man, make something to where it gets brought back to normal, because that's key. Take the judgment, take the accusation, take the justification out of your lives, and you get to a pretty cool place. You need those things. I absolutely think you're justified for it. We need anger. We need judgment. We need justification. We need those times where we need to step up or smash somebody. But there are very specific times in our lives, and they're not all the time. And the true wisdom of masculinity comes out of when to use those, when to bite our tongue on those, and when to not use those. In any case, guys, if you really appreciate this, man, subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our iTunes channel, all that sort of stuff. All the links for everything is down below if you do want to just listen to the audio and not stream the video, or if you want to watch the videos or get our free stuff links, or our free stuff, which is from the free stuff link down below. Download our Primal Drive PDF. That's an amazing thing. We'll work you through it. There's also a 7-day challenge attached to it, which is very, very cool. But man, check out the different videos we have. The YouTube channel is very organized now and getting there and getting better and better daily with, if you want something on, let's say 12-step recovery, or, you know, what it means to go through a divorce, or what it means perhaps to gain your confidence, or the empowerment, or different stuff with dating and sexuality. These are all different playlists that you can plug into and get some amazing, amazing knowledge. All of it's good. All of it's beautiful. What's even better about that is some of those have specific PDFs written for them and all that stuff. Oh man, it's too good. All for fun, all for free. Check it out. I'm Steve Mayeda signing off. This is the Daily Awesome. You have a fucking badass day.